If you've studied school in India, you'll have years of learning about how attackers and conquerors looted India for 1,000 years and more. And you'd think when you come out of school, you'll learn about India's glorious present. Vanish such thoughts. Instead, we learn a new lesson that exploiters need not come on horseback from afar. School social studies lessons teach us that between 1000 and 1027 AD, Mahmud of Gazni attacked India 17 times. 17 times? He must have found India a sitting duck. That was just the beginning of a series of invaders and attackers coming at us. Between 1739 and 1767, Nadir Shah from Persia attacked India 4 times. Not 17 times, small mercies. And we also had the Mughals and the Portuguese, Dutch, French and the British hold sway and territory in India at various times. The British, of course, are especially dear to us. Till date, we haven't stopped talking of their plunder. And they are our biggest excuse for not having grown up after 77 years of freedom. That love for Britain continues to this day. So many thousands of Indian youth desperately trying for UK jobs, visas, PR and citizenship that it has driven up rents in the UK. Our freedom fighters would have imagined an India free of foreign rule and thus free of loot. They got that second half totally wrong. Post foreign rule, we have appropriated the right to loot to ourselves. Consider our latest standing in the Corruption Perception Index of 2023. The countries with the least corruption are Denmark, Finland and New Zealand. China is at 76th place and we are at 93rd, which is 8 places worse than our ranking of 85 in the previous year. Look at our companions who are at 93rd place as corrupt as us: Lesotho, Kazakhstan and Maldives. So visualize the G20 participants listening to the Indian Prime Minister say at the G20 anti-corruption ministerial meet last year. India has zero tolerance policy against corruption. What would the G20 leadership have thought? That India has fantastic policy making skills without the intent of practicing it? Only a few days ago, the Supreme Court ruled that there is no immunity for bribe-taking legislators. Read that again. Immunity for bribe-taking legislators? It means that earlier they had immunity in connection with whatever they said or voted in the House. A few months ago, Justice SM Subramaniam of the Madras High Court said, corruption in India pervades all levels, not even sparing IAS, IPS and the judicial service. And now we have afar electoral bonds blow up on our faces, in which a largely unknown lottery seller is the largest political donor in a country that is the 5th largest economy in the world. And there are companies that are being investigated, that are raided, that are blacklisted, all donating to our political parties. And like the great Indian rope trick, some companies donating more than their profits. Are we witnessing India's first legal corruption in the post-truth world? One wonders. Come to think of it, we shouldn't be surprised about the loot happening all around in India. Several years ago, author William Dalrymple wrote in The Guardian, one of the very first Indian words to enter the English language was the Hindustani slang for plunder, loot. Since then, we've come a long way. Our institutions being looted of their morals, our religious tolerance being looted, and presently our youth, who are very hope for the future, being taken away by foreign universities and nations, some of them landing on the Russia-Ukraine war front. Muhammad of Gazni, Nadir Shah, the British, and all invaders, conquerors and colonials of all hues, be ashamed. What you've looted in 1,000 years, we've tried to accomplish in just 77 years. A Nehru, 2 Gandhis, a Rao, a Vajpayee, a Singh and a Modi have not been able to arrest the loot. But have patience, somebody will come along. It's been 1,000 years. Meanwhile, we can mull over who looted India and who are looting India. This episode of Geometric View gives a parting salute to Delhi Theatre in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, which is considered South India's first permanent cinema theatre, which is being pulled down. It started as Variety Hall, promoted by Sami Kanna Vincent in 1914, 110 years ago, well before James Bond and the Electoral Bond. In my hometown in Kanjirappalli in Kottayam district, Kerala, the baby theatre is also being pulled down. with memories still standing.